Hello, David Paul here. Another quickie on this developing table. I'm running out of time. I've got a few days left. And am I worried? No, not really. I need to plant 6 more trees, which will take a few minutes on Scotland. And I need to get these logs turned for the table. Now, my sister-in-law says those legs are too fat. Well, yes, they are. That is too fat for that leg. But I wouldn't go too much thinner. And I did this by hand, by running the router down it with a bottom planing bit in it. And then I turned it, and then I put it in a frame, and then I went along, and then I did it again and again and again and again. And it occurs to me that there has to be a methodology which is more rapid than this. Because, you know, routers, they're great for producing really fine, beautiful work. But what if you need to remove a huge amount of material very quickly? Well, I have seen things done with saws, rotating circular saws, and all kinds of setups, making dowels and God knows what. So, that begs the question, what if I went back to the original design, which a few videos back I did this thing with the tracks. I'm going to preserve this track thing. It's really good. You know, it's just in a way till you don't need it, and then all of a sudden it's the best thing since sliced bread. So, what I have here is I've set this up so that there is the capability of rotating this log because it's mounted on a nail. I drilled a hole and I put the nail in there, and ditto the other end, and it's got free space around it so I can freely rotate it. Now, it's not located in place with a groove or anything that it sits in. In future I would probably do that, but there's no real necessity. So long as it lies in a flat plane presenting itself to the saw, it'll get done. And if you wanted, you could push it up against one side if you wanted to keep it in place. Now, I went back to the original. I've had to chock it up to raise the thing above the height of the log itself, you know, because you want to reach down to the log, not have the log getting in the way of this slider sledge sort of thing that you got there. Okay, so you don't want to be doing that. Okay, so let's not do that. So I raised it up with these here, and I've constructed this Lego-like thing from bits of wood. Just laid them on top of each other, and that's the end of that. Nothing more to say. So now what do you do? Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to run the saw down, and I'll take skim a bit off the top, and then I'll skim a bit again and again and again repeatedly, and then rotate it and do it again and again and again, and eventually it starts to become circular and much more easy to rotate because it doesn't have any preference for lying in any particular way because it's not heavy on one side. It's not unbalanced, in other words. It's balanced and you can easily rotate it. And then I'm now going to have to lower myself down onto the log or raise the log up. So how we're going to do that? Well, what I got to do is put a spacer in underneath that nail, which will then raise the log up. I have clearance to be able to work at the moment, and I'll leave it at that. But eventually, I'll have machined it round, and then what I got to do is I got to raise the log up so that I can continue the machining process, and that's what I'll do. And then eventually, I'll arrive at a point where the log looks like the thing that I want it to be. It's about the right size that I want it to be. Or rather, it's more of a dowel, isn't it? This dowel shape is exactly what I want it to be. And then I'll stop. Then I'll get that, well, I'll do 2 more. And then I'll go back and get that one over there. Repeat the entire process with that, but not so much work to be done. And then I should get them all done. Now, will I get them all done today? Probably not. Probably not. If I get one done, I'll be well happy. But let's see how it goes. And then tomorrow I'm already set up because I've created this apparatus to work with. This should be a lot less work. Much easier work to do. I'm not pushing heavy things around because I'm finding I sleep like a top. And I couldn't understand this. I thought, how am I getting so much exercise? And I realised what it is. It's what you call core muscle exercise. My whole body is pushing and pulling and whatnot on stuff. And it's not any specific part of the body. It's just the whole lot. And, you know, I'm kind of like a farm worker now, you know, the amount of work I'm doing. And therefore I sleep like a top. But it means I'm not that motivated to get started in the morning. So that's the system. I'm going to stop here. And then I'm going to do some of this work. And I'll make a film of how it goes after this. What the result is. Unfortunately, I cannot film it whilst I'm doing it. If you look at the video of me meeting Christina, the guy who filmed it made such a bloody mess of it. I was so cheesed off with him, you know. But, so basically, you can't trust other people to film stuff for you. That's it. There's nothing I can do about this. I've only got a mobile phone. And that's that. So, anyway, I'm rambling now. So, Jesus be with you.